Hi everyone. Assalamualaikum. Miss Sakina here. So, welcome to the next subtopic, which is 2.2 Network Architecture. So, let's first take a look at the learning outcomes. So, in this topic, you should be able to explain two types of network architecture, which are peer-to-peer and also client-server. So let's take a look at what is network architecture. So network architecture is a configuration or arrangement or design of computer devices and media in a network. So there are two types of network architecture. The first one is peer-to-peer network and the second one client-server network. First, let's take a look at peer-to-peer network. So, peer-to-peer network is a simple, inexpensive network that typically connects fewer than 10 computers, where each computer has equal sharing of hardware, data, or information with other computers on the network. So each computer stores their own files in their own storage device, and also files are updated and backed up separately. These are the examples of peer-to-peer network. On the left, the peer-to-peer network is connected with a hub. On the right, the peer-to-peer network are connected directly to each peers in the network. So, what are the characteristics of peer-to-peer network? So each node has the same responsibilities and capabilities. It is simple, but they usually cannot work efficiently when the traffic load becomes heavy. So this network is created by connecting two or more PCs together and sharing resources with other computers on the peer-to-peer network. So this connection can be in terms of wired or it can also be wireless. Each computer on a network shares its hardware and software with other computers in the network. All computers in network share any peripheral devices attached to any computers. This network is suitable for a small network with low security. What are the advantages of peer-to-peer? First, when one computer fails, it will not affect other computers. So the network is pretty much very reliable. It also does not require experts to maintain the network because every user is taking care of his or her own machine. And the cost to install and maintain peer-to-peer network is considered inexpensive compared to client-server network. All computers and devices in the network can share computing resources. But how about disadvantages of peer-to-peer? So, security in peer-to-peer network is low and can be an issue. Viruses, spyware, malware can easily spread in peer-to-peer architecture. It also tends to slow down as the number of users increase. Hence, these peer-to-peer networks are suitable for network with fewer than 10 computers or devices. So because every computer is taking care of their own data recovery and backup can be more difficult because each peer has their own backup system. Next, let's take a look at client-server network. So client-server network, in which one or more computers act as server, and the other computer on the network, which are called client, requires services from the server. For example, we might have a file server which store and manage files, Print server, a database server which provide access to database, a network server which manage network traffic, a web server which may help to deliver request web pages to your computers. So these are the example of client server. So the difference between these two examples are that the right diagram shows the connection of the network using switch. So this switch help to connect computer and server in the network. What are the characteristics of client server? So client server consists of a powerful computer which acts as a server which provides services to the other computers. So server help to control access to hardware, software, and other resources in the network. It provides a centralized storage area for programs, data, and information. In client servers, clients are the computers in the network that request for services or resources from the server. What are the advantages of client server? Client server can work with any size of network and does not tend to slow down with heavy use. It have a better management of files since all the files are stored in the server. So whenever you want to upgrade the client server network, it becomes more straightforward because adding or removing resources in the network can be easily configured. It also have a central database, which means that data backup, recovery, uploading process can be easier since data are stored in the server. Client server also have a centralized security rules and policy setting which can be defined at the time the server is set up. But how about the disadvantages of client server? Client server is quite complex and costly to set up. So we need to purchase a server, network operating system, and also requires expert to maintain the network. If the server fails, the whole network will go down with it due to centralized control. There's also a risk of congestion in the network. It's when too many clients are requesting services from server almost at the same time. This will cause overload in the server, which lead to slowdown in the network, or worse, a server breakdown. So lastly, let's take a look at the usage and purposes. So peer-to-peer is very ideal for small businesses and home users. For example, we want to share printers and files at home. So it's very easy and very suitable to set up for peer-to-peer network. For client server, it's very ideal for large businesses and organizations. For example, in a company, you want to share a database and communicate using email. So it's very suitable for that company to use a client server. That's all from me today. Thank you for listening. I'll see you for next class. Thank you. Bye-bye.